Maus tank, super heavy tank. The Panzerkampfwagen 8 Maus was a super heavy tank designed by the German forces during the Second World War. This was the heaviest tank ever built in human history. By the end of 1944, only 2 prototypes were completed, so the Maus never actually saw action in battle. The development of this super tank was primarily connected with Hitler's obsession to surpass the Allies in developing heavy tanks, especially the Soviets. The task of designing a tank bigger and more powerful than any other was given to the leading German tank constructor, Ferdinand Porsche. In June 1942, Porsche presented Hitler with the idea of the VK100.01 Type 205 tank, which the Führer approved. This tank was to be 150 tons and was intended to use either a 150mm or 120mm gun with an additional 75mm gun and an MG-34 machine gun. The production of the tank hull, turret, and armament was assigned to Krupp, while the assembly was to be constructed in the Alcan factory. At the time, the project was officially named the Mammoth, but was eventually changed to Maus, or Maus. On May 1st, 1943, Hitler was presented with a wooden mock-up of the future tank. As he was pleased with what he saw, he ordered a run of 150 Maus tanks for production. It only included a version of the 120mm coaxial 75-inch Maus. He wanted future models to include the more powerful 150mm gun. The outcome of the final units were 10.1 meters for 3.67 meters or 12 feet wide, and 3.63 meters for 11.9 feet high, with a weight of almost 198 pounds. The crew was to consist of 6 men, a commander, a gunner, 2 rollers, a driver, and a radio operator. The Maus's armor was very impressive. The turret had a thickness of 220 millimeters or 8.7 inches in the front, and 200 millimeters or 7.9 inches thick on its sides and the rear. The hull thickness was 200 millimeters or 7.9 inches in the front, and 108 or 7.1 inches on the side. The armament of the tank was equally impressive. The main armament was the 128 gun. Such a gun, the Maus would be capable of eliminating almost any Allied tank. In addition, the turret was equipped with a 7.92mm machine gun for close combat. Such a heavy tank demanded a powerful engine to move it. Porsche's intention was to use the petrol-electric drive they had used before on their version of the Tiger tank. The petrol engine would operate the electric generator that drove the 24 wheels that each track had. The projected speed of the tank with such an engine was 20 kilometers per hour, or 12 miles per hour. The engine system was so huge that it took 2/3 of the entire hull and caused the turret to be put at the rear end. With this design, the driver and radio operator seated in the hull were completely cut off from the turret crew.
Nature.
The Maus's tracks were proportional to the overall size of the tank in order to give it good mobility. They were 1.1 meters wide or 3.6 feet, and they were supported by a suspension system on each of the wheels. As the size of the tank was its prime feature, it was also its greatest drawback. With a staggering total weight of 188 tons, its mobility was under great question, and that was the main reason why German commanders were not fond of the concept. With a low speed and a high silhouette, the Maus tank was a big target, especially for the Air Force. The drawbacks of the entire Maus concept seem to have been obvious to the HWA, the German weapons agency, who protested against the Maus, stating that it didn't need such a tank, and they just couldn't formulate a tactical plan for it. With such limited mobility, the Maus couldn't serve as a tank hunter, but it could work as a mobile fortress. Ultimately, the Army canceled the order for 150 Maus tanks in October 1943. In the next month, Hitler ordered the development of the Maus to be ceased, and he believed resources could be better used for other projects. Authorities, however, allowed Porsche to continue building their prototypes. The first prototype, the V1, was produced in December 1943. Although it had no turret, it was equipped with a dummy turret to simulate the weight for tests. The V1 had a 1,080 horsepower Daimler-Benz MB509 V12 gasoline engine, which produced a speed of only 13 kilometers per hour or 8 miles per hour. Tests showed that the weight of the tank proved to be a great obstacle. Constructors also realized that the weight of 188 tons meant that there was no bridge in Europe that the mouse could cross without destroying it. To overcome this problem, the V1 was equipped with a huge snorkel that allowed it to be submerged to the depth of 8 meters in order to cross rivers. The second prototype, the V2, came in mid-1944 and was substantially different from the V1. This version had a real turret installed. The engine was replaced with a 1,200 horsepower Daimler-Benz MB517 diesel engine. The V2 had an advanced electric steering system and a new Skoda gear system. All these elements, however, showed only slight improvements. Prototype tests were being performed at Kummersdorf, near the Böblingen Porsche proving grounds. Tests were marked by frequent engine failures and production delays caused by Allied bombings. Finally, in August 1944, Krupp was ordered to cancel the production of the Maus hulls and to scrap the ones already produced. This was the official end of the Maus tank project. When the Red Army units approached the Kummersdorf testing grounds in April 1945, the Germans managed to destroy the V2 prototype. The Soviets then took the V1 hull and mounted the V2 turret on top of it in order to conduct tests of their own. Today, this tank stands exhibited at the Kubinka Tank Museum.
Temperatura wody, temperatura oleju, ciśnienie oleju w silniku, prędkość i obroty silnika.
Time to take out the adorable trash. a touch or he will kill you. Dun da da dun da. Ha 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 ha. What the hell is that? Razi bravos, Rosodobram. Da 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 da. Oh! Uh-oh! Here we go! Get going!
on any unbelievable. Yeah.